Unfortunately, we live in a society that's some form of indentured servitude, believe it or not. I mean, if you go through K through 12 and you're like, oh, I got to get that college education, get that degree so I can be a success and get that house and the family and the fence and the car and the vacations and all this stuff. And so your first job happened to be in retail, or your first job happened to be in restaurants. And so you work that job and you're like, wow, okay, I've reached my capacity at this job, but I'd like to try something different, but all I know is this work. And so you settle for stuff. Well, luckily for myself, I've not been a settler. No, no, that's not what my life trail has been about. And, you know, just through mostly saying yes, an enthusiastic yes to everything, every proposition that comes my way, unless this, if my gut tells me, hell no, you won't find me throwing my back into the work. But if you give me an invitation to help in a project, as has happened to me in a lot of different ways, I will say an enthusiastic yes, and I will give it everything I've got. And once upon a time, I used to be a first grade teacher. And 15 years ago, 9/11 happened right after I had moved to Boston after teaching first grade in Colorado for 2 years. And there was a lot of stuff going on, and I said to myself out loud, I'm willing to admit that I may know nothing and be open to everything. And the universe responded. There were, in the next 10 days, there were only 5 nights I did not sleep. Because, you know, one of the analogies you can think of that at birth or, you know, life, we're given this puzzle box of life. This is the puzzle of life. Put it together. There is no picture. Do your best. And by saying I'm willing to admit I may know nothing, the universe said, all right, and took that puzzle and flung it. And in the next 10 days, pieces started coming together that made sense in a lot of ways that I had never thought of before. But what I did realize is that I could do more for creating a better world for children outside of a classroom than in the classroom. And my intention, which has driven me, is to be an agent for the healing of the nations without being attached to what that looks like. And I would encourage you to not get caught up in your big plan. I mean, have a vision, have an intention of what you want your life to be about. But don't think you gotta have it all figured out. Be open to allies, nudges from the universe to direct you on a path that there is no way in hell you would have seen before. I mean, hell, I just moved to Reno from Oakland. And not to diss on Reno, but this is just another example of when the best advice I can give anybody is be open, say yes, unless there's a big no, and don't be attached to the outcome. And you will live a life that is so fulfilling. And I was going to do a spoken word, and I'll do a finish to send it off to the dance party break, whatever it may be. But this is actually comes from a song I wrote when I was living in Portland. And anyway, it goes like this. Before my wheels, they rolled me to this town. I spent my life living all around. I'm grateful for the wandering I have done. All in all, it's been a ton of fun. I never could have planned the path I took. I didn't pick them right out of a book. The life I've lived has helped me lessons learned, and sometimes learning comes from getting burned. Coast to coast and all around, my wheel's been turning round and round. I've been lost and I've been found, so glad I rolled into this town. I've been known to work deep in the ditch, Grand Canyon, My goals haven't been about getting rich. Those dreams I've been hoping to manifest, I know sometimes I come across too earnest. It's just that when I take a look around, it seems like so much madness to the bound. I know that we can find a better way and bring more sanity to our day-to-day, coast to coast and all around. My wheel's been turning round and round. I've been lost and I've been found. So glad I rolled into this town. And it doesn't make much sense in doing spoken poetry, but the music here I found to be so fine, rock, folk, blues, and all other sorts of kinds. Thanks for letting me sing this song. I'll be done with it before too long. Coast to coast and all around, my wheel's been turning round and round. I've been lost and I've been found. So glad I rolled into this town.
That was amazing. Thank you. All right, so we got a dance to lead us into